Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Games Industry Executive Summary. This is Casey, and I am joined today by the awesome Dashing Dave Thier.
That's me. Good to see you.
Hello, how are you, Dave?
I'm good. I'm good. A little tired after 2 days of Gamescom, which is not even that many days of Gamescom, of course. But yeah, it's been a good show.
Awesome. Dave, remind me, are you stuck at your hotel? What happened again?
I mean nothing. I just haven't left yet.
Okay, okay. I thought you, because you were supposed to leave, or no?
No, no. Train's out at 12:30 today.
Okay. I think I
Yep.
misunderstood before when you wrote to me because I thought you were already at home,
Gotcha.
but that we were gonna. Okay, okay. But so you actually spent one more night.
I did. I
Yes.
did. The last night's always good. The Ho market was bumping. Everyone's out. So it's a good time. We went to that Gaffel and Dom, big sausage place next to the cathedral.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Did you enjoy some sausage?
did sausage schnitzel
Okay.
and some Haxen.
I did bring with me some pretzels,
Hmm.
um, and they are holding up pretty well.
Excellent, excellent. You don't want a pretzel past its prime. No one wants that.
I mean, there is a trick. Put them in a bag. Take some water. Put some water in there. Put it in the microwave for like 20 seconds. They'll
Sure.
they'll they'll get life back.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the trick. Um,
And when did you get back? You got back yesterday?
but yes, so I'm really tired right now. Uh, really tired, but we're powering through.
That's what
One
we're doing.
last day before the weekend. Um, and for whatever reason, I feel like I'm still energized coming back.
Hmm.
Maybe
Yeah, you can be tired and energized at the same time. That works.
yeah, yes, you can.
Yeah,
Maybe motivated is the right word here.
sure. I like it.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so it was a good show, but I think this time around I was a bit smarter because I chose my battles and made sure like, okay, I'm not gonna do 40 meetings like I did
Yeah.
once. That's out of the question. And then like the running between the hallways and the running between the different places, I kept that to a minimum as well. So
Hmm.
that might have helped in the
Yeah.
recovery.
I
Uh,
mean, it's so big that you need a plan. If you don't have a plan, then you'll end up crushed by it.
yeah. And I feel like after several years, finally, it's so obviously the Dorint, the Radisson, these hotels, right,
Yeah.
which are just in front of the Messe, and then close to the Messe, in between the Dorint and these places and the Messe, you have the other side, which has these restaurants, these big. Um, if you know the Ash, you can't miss it, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And behind that, there are new hotels now. So between the
Oh,
Ash,
interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you go there? Did you?
No, I didn't. I usually stay on the cathedral side of things, so
Yeah.
that's often where I wind up.
Yes. So I'm also a cathedral side guy. I would prefer to be on that side when I go to
Yeah.
sleep. But maybe this year is different. Uh,
Yeah. I mean, I'm a cathedral side guy because I like it. Also, it just never really seemed like an option. I'm not going to spend twice as much just to be closer to the messe when I could just walk across the bridge and be close to the cathedral at night. So, but if it's an option, I don't know. I could examine that.
okay. So how about this? Do you have your phone close to you?
Yeah, it's over here. It's over here.
So I want to know your average steps from the last,
Let's see. Well, it's just the 2 days. That's what we have.
maybe the last week.
It's really, I mean, yesterday was my kind of only main day of actually being at Gamescom because my train issues and got in later on Wednesday, so I went out,
Okay.
but didn't go to the conference itself. So let's see what yesterday was.
Let me see. I'm for whatever reason I'm getting. Oh, here we go.
27,000 yesterday.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
27,000. Where did you go?
around.
Okay, that's that. Okay, seems
Yeah,
like okay. So you're way beyond what I'm doing. I
and then
did one day 24, but the other days I was hovering around 15,000.
I mean, that's the only day I did. So that I took a walk around the public areas. did that kind of thing. Plus, as I said, I'm staying over on this side, so you got at least 8,000 built in coming across the bridge. So
Okay, fair enough. So, Dave, what I wanted to do today is obviously we're going to talk about Gamescom, and that's what
yeah,
the entire day is all about.
yeah, I think
And
so.
I just sent all the pictures to my Google Drive, and right now I'm trying to look at them, and for whatever reason they don't want to open. It's asking me to install some Windows is asking me to install a plugin HEIF and HEVC image extensions. I don't know why I need that. I've never needed that before. That's weird. So let me try and get that sorted out. And while I do that, I'll tell you about my ritual.
Okay, let's
When
hear about the ritual.
I was 9 a.m. on Wednesday
Hmm.
is when the doors opened, and what I did is I was there 8:30, got my badge as quickly as possible, and started going through um, uh, the commercial section basically. And I went like through 6, 9, 8, 7, I believe something like that. And what I do is like I go like a zigzag through the entire thing. And this is one of the biggest learnings I like on a high level that I got to the conclusion of is when you enter a hall. What they usually do in all of these halls is that they have one straight line from the entry all the way to the end, and then on the sides there are games. But
Sure.
then you discover that so on the sides you have games, but on the back side there are also other games.
Hmm.
But I feel like I missed some of these other
I
games.
mean, you must have. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like Disneyland. You can't possibly do the whole thing. You can only kind of try and take it in as best you can.
Yes. Yeah, I think that is like that is a good way of looking at it. Uh, I mean, you can, but it's going to take you maybe half a day, and I was there for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you're trying to play games as well, or you're trying to test stuff. And we'll get to it because I'm really excited about this game that I want to talk to you about. But it's like it's impossible, especially for people like us, and obviously we're not media, so we don't get like privileges and like get the
Yeah, exactly. Though we could look into that. We are kind of media. Here we are being kind of media.
right. That's what I
Yeah.
was saying. Like, yeah, we should be media. Uh,
Yeah, I mean that, I spent most of my career as media, and so I got too used to not waiting in the lines, and I am not waiting in any of those lines. I'm not doing it.
we are media-esque.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. I'm gonna test another thing while we speak here, because for whatever reason, so I took the photos on my iPhone. I copied them over to the Google Drive, and then I downloaded them on my PC.
Sure.
But I don't know why I cannot display them.
I certainly don't know why.
Um, because what I would like to do is go through the photos and
Hmm.
like maybe stop at the photos that we feel are interesting. And at the same time, I'm trying to like I hope I didn't like there's a lot of receipts and stuff that got into that folder for whatever reason.
Some of them interesting, I'm sure.
Yes.
Those can be also interesting.
Yep. Okay, here we go. I don't know why I'm doing this way, but it's so stupid. I don't know. Windows doesn't want me to view the images. Is there another view? Maybe it's not time to do that right now. But let's just go through the photos and see what you see and what I see, and then I'll have to do some editing magic to remove some stuff in case there's some sensitive stuff.
All right, no problem.
Okay, here we go. Can I
Yeah.
zoom in
So
somehow?
if there's a gap in our
Yeah.
in here, you know why.
So, please note the photos that you'll see them in the order that I've taken them. That
Hmm.
means that was my journey, and then I would love to hear some of your thoughts as we see what we're seeing. So actually, I went to the Pokemon Play Lab. I did that last year. I did it this year just to get these very unique pins for my sons. And
Hmm.
they're also very kind enough to give me doubles because I asked them to.
Do they have them again this year? I should have gotten some.
Yes, so if you're
I did.
into that and you want to get that unique pin,
All right.
go there. And they have two things you can do today. Last year they had three, but this year they have two, which is obviously the TCG, and then they also have this MOBA-like game. I forgot the name of it, but that's available as well.
Yep. Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Oh yeah. That's a good Unite. Pokemon Unite. That's
Unite.
a
Thank you,
yeah, yeah.
thank you. And that was pretty fun.
Yeah, it's a. I
Yeah,
mean, I like the idea of using the sort of in-match progression alongside Pokemon evolution. That's cool. That feels nice to start as Charmander and end as Charizard, that kind of thing.
to your knowledge, there's no connection between the Pokemon games, is there? Like,
What do you mean connection?
as in, I mean, the connection probably is that you have the same account, like a Nintendo account, or something like that. But there's no like connection in the form of, um, do this in this game and you get something else in that game, or
I mean, I think that such things do exist, but they're just kind of case by case.
got it, got
It's
it.
not like some kind of overarching thing.
Yeah, I think it would have been cool if they would marry their video games a bit more with the TCG.
Yeah,
So
well, and they've got, they've got the online kind of Pokemon Bank thing, whatever it is that's called, which is a good mechanism for interoperability in all kinds of ways because it's already, outside in its own thing.
got it. Any thoughts about what you're seeing on screen? The Kingdom Come Deliverance 2?
Yeah,
They have a DLC coming up. It seems like.
yeah, they do,
Okay.
and they've done a lot of post-launch support.
Yeah.
I got bored of that game because I was playing on mouse and keyboard, and in one scene I was captured, and I had to make some horseshoes, which had turned out to be really annoying to make on mouse and keyboard. So I stopped playing. But I did like that game. I thought it's sort of it's picking up where Bethesda left off as far as the immersive first person RPG. But it's not surprising to see it with the presence here. It is always kind of weird to me at these shows that the people are still going to booths for games that are already out.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
but whatever, if they want to do it, that's cool.
Absolutely.
And yeah, yeah.
I mean,
I
we
can't
did
see.
it for Battlefield One Revolution. Uh, That was 2018, maybe.
Hmm.
And we still had like people standing in line for 2 hours to play. I was like, holy
Play
crap.
a game that was out. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. I get whatever.
Yeah.
If people want to do it, I'm not going to stop them.
I made sure that we had some really good goodies at the time to
Yeah,
give out for
yeah, yeah.
people who.
That makes sense.
So that was really good. Let me flip through the. Okay, obviously, again, this is
Pokemon, super reliable.
yeah,
Everyone likes Pokemon.
good stuff, and really nice
Yeah.
people who are working there. Some more Pokemon. Why? Wait a second. This is last. What the hell? Wait a second. This is. I opened the wrong.
Well, so Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 was not out, in fact.
That was
I'm
last
just
year. What the
making
hell? Here we go. James
commentary on
Gunn.
things that
Okay.
even aren't even relevant. Okay.
Wait a second. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry about this. This is really wacky. This is funny. Why did I do it this way? Did I not? I didn't. It seems like I didn't push it through, man. Did I push it through?
I'm not the
Oh,
person
okay.
to ask.
I did not push it through. There's like a. So on the phone, you have to like I mean, what we talked about was not irrelevant.
It's just not highly relevant.
There was a Pokemon booth. It looked almost, and you'll see it because I have the
Sure,
pictures.
sure. But there was no Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 booth, was there?
We'll see. We'll have to go through the pictures and see. That was trippy. Okay, it's uploading right now. I'm really sorry about that, Dave.
It's cool. It's cool.
Um, maybe okay. I'll tell. Okay, I'll show you or I'll tell you what I saw. Okay, so the first pictures that I took was in the consumer hall where you buy merchandise. And the reason I did that is because I was cutting through just to get quicker to the games. And what I noticed is, and it's not necessarily new because last year we did see some of these TCG card booths and tables and places, and TCG is exploding even more.
Yeah, they have
They
their own hall, basically.
they own almost half a hall at this point. Yeah, So Disney Lorcana was huge. They had a huge footprint, so to say. And then you have Yu-Gi-Oh, bigger than ever. And then you had Star Wars Unlimited. And then obviously we spoke about Pokemon, but there's also a Magic the Gathering booth as well. And this time there was like a Spider-Man collaboration, which was, a bit head scratching but interesting at the same
I
time.
mean, yeah, I think that longtime Magic fans they all have lots of things to say about the density of collaboration. But whatever.
Yeah. So let's see here if the images are uploading. Okay, they're not. I don't know what's happening, man. I'm terrible at this. Terrible at this. But that's what happens
It's
when we
just,
wing it.
yeah, it's a funny situation so far, but
Yeah. I
no
hope people
problem.
are entertained.
Yeah,
Okay, here's a game that had a huge, and maybe I can actually just pull up some trailers at the same time. Tawa and the Guardians of the Sacred Tree. Have you ever heard about this game?
I saw it on the floor. I saw the big chunky
It's yeah, it's
what
really cute.
raccoon thing. Yeah, I don't know anything about it besides the big chunky raccoon thing. But
Well, let me pull up some videos and then we can do some commentary while we play that. But they had a huge booth and they had the like one of the like a plushy air thingy that like was super big. And I just realized I am not sharing my screen. It's
we're
like
really firing
I
on
need a
all
producer.
cylinders here at
I
the
need a
end of
producer,
the end
man.
of Gamescom. Yeah,
And it's like it feels like a MOBA esque type of game.
it's got that isometric thing going on. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
got that same kind of action.
really beautiful, by the way.
Yeah, definitely. I like the style. Oh, there's the raccoon guy just showed up. Well, so what is it? Is it a roguelike
No,
for
no,
receiving
it feels like a
graces, or
MOBA esque game.
we're
Um,
exploring lively Shinju Village? Is that a part of interesting?
okay, let's have a. How about we do this, my friend? How about we just go back one step and try and figure out what that is? It's a roguelite.
It is
Uh,
a roguelike.
Set in a far off mystic realm, ancient forces, blah blah. Is it multiplayer? Online co-op. That's awesome.
Yeah, so a multiplayer roguelike.
Brownies Incorporated, published by Bandai Namco.
Interesting. Are roguelikes big coming out of Japan? I feel like it's been more of a Western genre for the most part.
Um, could you argue that some very old Japanese games? I mean, I guess roguelike also means that you are upgrading your character. Would that be correct to say? Like
Yeah, generally.
you're still retaining something.
I mean, the visuals here are great.
Yeah,
Really nice.
there are some feelings from Hades at the same time as well. There are
Yeah,
some
definitely.
Hades vibes going on. But man, Bandai Namco is killing it. Like they're doing
Yeah.
some amazing stuff. Are there any roguelikes that are co-op that you can think of?
I mean, they definitely exist. I was recently playing a game called Ember Knights. That one was
Burnight.
pretty good. That's
Okay.
co-op. And probably others that aren't coming to mind right now.
Okay. Then let me go back to the pictures that you're not seeing that I'm seeing.
Yeah.
The next one, this one is huge, I believe. Um, Dawnwalker, The Blood of.
Hmm.
These are these are former CD Projekt Red people, right?
Okay.
I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure you remember the first trailer, um, the Bloodline, or the Dawnwalker. Um, I'll get you some footage at the same time because I believe they actually. Oh, here's a demo, by the way. I believe they released like a new trailer and some new information about that game. Here we go. That's Dawnwalker. It's a vampire-esque type of situation, and you can also see very clearly the Witcher inspiration.
Yeah, I mean, if it's CD Projekt Red people, yeah, it's not surprising. I like the main character's bun. I'm now a strong supporter of buns, generally speaking.
That's almost
Uh,
like your look, right?
yeah, exactly. I get nervous, to be honest, whenever I see AAA production values. It just makes me nervous. I know there's a lot of money going into it, and I hope that they can get it back because it's a tough game to be in AAA these days, especially with the new IP, but really also anywhere. Expensive games are tough to pay for.
Absolutely. Um, but I feel like they have a lot of hype behind them. Um, and it feels like they are in many ways doing their own flavor. It's not just like oh yeah, we're just gonna do The
Vampire
Witcher.
Witcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like that that castle's pretty big. I like it when things are big. So good on them.
Okay, sir, give me a second. I think I know what happened. Huh. I put the images, all the images, in like a folder, like the main folder, not a selected folder. I don't know why that happened. Um,
I just noticed in this trailer, rescue your family 22 days left. So that's, I wonder if that is like in-game days, like actual game clock, or if it's somehow narratively driven. But if it is sort of a in-game clock sort of a notion, then that's risky. But it's interesting, you know.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah. It makes you wonder, like, what happens if I don't rescue my family in 22 days?
yeah. Does the game
Um,
end, or do they just die and I go off and do something else? I mean,
by the way,
this is Super Witcher right here, of course. The
yeah,
sort of nice, immersive medieval European street.
if you look at
It's a funny shaped castle,
yeah, it's
isn't it?
a
Yeah,
unique. I was gonna
yeah.
say a unique look to it. Um, it seems like okay. Here's the thing, by the way. So, how open world is The Witcher really? Because if what I'm looking at right now, if this is the game, I would love for that to happen. Where it's like it's a closed off open world. You don't like wander into the woods and there's nothing.
Yeah.
It's like that it's filled with content. That I would love to see
No, I
more of.
think that's a trend that we're seeing now, is that for a long time, you know, the peak was probably like Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Everyone was trying to use giant maps as a selling point. And then people realized that they were incredibly expensive with diminishing returns very quickly. I mean, open world is a good way of organizing things, but it doesn't have to mean expansive, you know? Like I love yeah, like in the original, like in Deus Ex and Deus Ex Human Revolution, you have these cool little sandbox areas that have so much of what I like about open world, but they are ultimately a lot more manageable.
Okay, Dave, I finally got things to work.
Got it.
Okay,
Nice work.
that's how we roll.
Yeah,
We really need to get a producer who can help manage some of these things. Okay, so we I'm just showing you some of the pictures that I
and
took.
Lorcana, sure.
Yeah, so you have the Lorcanas, the Yu-Gi-Ohs, Star Wars Unlimited. Do you have any experience? Do you play TCGs, by the way?
I don't really play TCGs. You know, I have a friend whose kids are ranked in Pokemon in Europe. So I've watched them play. It seems like definitely by far the most sophisticated version of Pokemon out there. It's super cool, but I don't think I have the bandwidth to learn it really.
But
Well, there's
you
PAX Ramada. I'm super excited about PAX Ramada. I walked by that booth. They had a good vibe. And yeah, that game's gonna be
I
cool.
was gonna say you haven't
Love
played,
the
you don't play
1800.
TCGs, but I'm sure you play Uno.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Put a lot of hours into 1800. That
Okay.
was an incredible game.
Um,
The thing about 1800 though is I joined up when it had a ton of DLC, which is cool. A lot of game. But I'm excited to do one closer to the beginning where it's I can get my head around it more quickly.
got it. I mean, it seems like the Uno. I mean, if we look at Ubisoft, generally speaking, Uno is a franchise that has been treated well.
Yeah, I think so. Probably because it's run under the radar a
Yep.
little bit.
Yep.
It has not historically been one of their giant titles. But I think things like that do really well because they don't require a hype cycle like an Assassin's Creed does. They have community, the community is committed, and then they just kind of slowly grow with people interested in the genre, with city builder people, with automation people. But something like Assassin's Creed needs a giant fan base in order to just function.
So let me then tell you about another thing that I'm noticing in this picture. Obviously, I think this is the only game maybe Ubisoft has on the show floor. But what is a bit killing me a bit, and I don't want to talk about it too much, which is this is a general note during the event. It was very. Do you see the black, like the floor? How much black space there is? So for me, this indicates the show floor, has not been utilized to its maximum
I
extent.
mean, well, you said you went in early on Wednesday, right?
Yes, but
So,
I would
yeah,
still argue that the footprint of the booths, like I feel like the width of that aisle is too wide.
you got to accommodate a lot of people in there. I
You
went
think?
in there
Yeah.
yesterday afternoon,
Okay.
and you would not see an ounce of floor. It was just covered in people.
Okay. I guess then my conclusions maybe are not okay. Fair enough. I'll take it. Moving on to the next one then. Because yeah, you're right because this is very early in the morning. This is like 9 a.m. Borderlands 4. Do we care?
Well, so I think we saw this news from Bungie yesterday, that Pete Parsons is stepping down, and that's obvious. And Destiny 2 is pretty troubled at the moment.
Okay.
And so, if we're thinking about places where people who like mechanically tight loot shooting games largely aimed at millennials, there you go. There's Borderlands. I think we do care. I think it could do. I think it could do well. I like the sort of it has a traditionalist approach to like I mean, I don't actually, I don't know if they've said anything about their DLC plans, but traditionally they take this approach, which is like sort of not quite live service, but has a lot of the benefits of live service, which is just releasing occasional, larger scale DLCs, which I think people are hungry for at the moment. It's a little less FOMO oriented. And honestly, the thing about Borderlands, is that, when you think about it, you think about the art style, you think about the sense of humor and that kind of thing. But also, it is just one of the most mechanically sophisticated shooters on the market. It feels great. They do a great job of designing a wide range of interesting guns, and I'm excited for that reason.
What's really cool about what I'm seeing, by the way, Dave, is that I mean, we're human. We tend to forget. It looks beautiful, by the way, and to your point, it is absolutely very unique. And you maybe already mentioned it. The guns and like how that works and how you like find new guns. I'm not sure if that's the same because the last one I played was Borderlands, the first Borderlands. I haven't
The
played that
first
one.
one, okay,
Yeah,
yeah. So I mean, three was good. I mean, ultimately, these are kind of old style games at the moment, and I think a lot of people do want that kind of thing. I don't think you're going to get a lot of 16-year-olds playing this game, but that's fine. There's plenty of us old folks too.
I'm sure. I'm getting some. I'm getting both vibes from um, Destiny, and I'm also getting vibes from not Overwatch. What's the Apex? Apex.
Yeah, sure. I mean, one forgets that Borderlands did invent the loot shooter, right?
Yeah,
So they do predate Destiny.
yeah.
They were the first game to really prove that you can do RPG style damage mechanics with a first person shooter and have it work. Uh, and they've just been doing it ever since. So, you're seeing Destiny, but also Destiny is seeing Borderlands.
That is fair to say. That is cool. So let me see the next picture that I have. Oh, okay. So um, this is. I'm just going to show it just because. I mean, we already spoke about it. Um, by the way, Dave, let me know if I'm going too slow. How on the Guardians? That's the big plushy thing that we talked about.
Yep, yep.
We talked about
Don
a lot
Walker.
of Don Walker. Little Nightmares. Little
Yeah, fun
Nightmares.
to see them have a good little floor presence there. It's not a
Huge floor presence. Not
Yeah,
low. Not
I
low.
think that's cool, and
Yeah,
it is continually indicative of a changing industry. That thing, when Little Nightmares 1 came out, it is when a lot of these large publishers still had this kind of division between what they saw as their AAA and what they saw as their indie projects, and that line just keeps getting eroded every year.
no, that's fantastic. And it seems like Bandai Namco obviously still cares about this stuff, so that's amazing. Um, Here we have some of our favorite brands. Hoyoverse was
Yeah,
there. You can see, by the way, in the background there, you can see Infinity Nikki. That
yeah.
booth was really
I
cool.
still gotta play that thing.
I
But
mean,
Hoyoverse is like definitely
right?
they are now a show floor staple. You're always going to see a big thing with them. They're such a fandom oriented studio
Yeah,
publisher
yeah.
that they work great at these things. People show up in cosplay, people buy t-shirts, all kinds of stuff like that.
And this is one of the things that I noticed as well, which is the Chinese studios and publishers are now they're here now.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that they are, Western studios are reevaluating the relationship to these big shows, and Chinese studios are still looking to establish themselves in the Western consciousness, and this is a good way of doing that.
I would agree with you. When the Western publishers and studios are pulling out, these guys
Yeah.
are filling
Well,
in.
not just Western, also,
Yep,
established Japanese ones.
absolutely.
It's I think it's not really it breaks down regionally now, but it's not really about regions. It's just about established places versus less established places. Hoyo is established now, but they are still relatively young compared to these other things.
Yeah, but to your point, I mean, I think the Japanese are still they still care about this. We'll get
Yeah,
to it
no,
soon.
they do,
But we
definitely.
had Bandai Namco. We're gonna see Capcom soon. Before we do, here's Crimson Desert. Do you know anything about this thing?
I mean, I know a little bit about it. I remember when their character creator went viral.
Okay.
It's always nice to see an MMO operating. I don't know much about how it's operating or what, how it plays, but it's a nice looking game. Seems to have established itself quite well.
Is this an MMO you said?
Yeah, Korean MMO.
Okay. And the publisher or the studio is called Pearl Abyss, I believe.
Seems like it.
And this is not their first game, as my understanding is. Like they've released more games before,
Mm.
but now it seems like they're bringing it to that wider audience.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, this has been out for a while, and I think it's just been doing steadily well. Is the impression I get.
Yeah.
I
By the
like that
way,
giant,
sorry,
good
Dave.
looking giant.
Yeah, I see that. It feels like we're also in this moment of medieval games. Is that a
Yeah,
thing,
well,
right?
yeah, medieval and well, led by Kingdom Come Deliverance and The Witcher a little bit. Medieval games that take into account the sort of color and pageantry that the era actually had, as opposed to the traditionally drab way of presenting it.
That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, what we were seeing on screen is very colorful.
Yeah,
It looks like a happy
which I
world.
think is very accurate to the real Middle Ages. But there was a time when they were always kind of muted and gray and that kind of thing.
That is very true. And there's some orcs here and some other things. I'm gonna stop this.
Doesn't look like a desert to me. I've seen
No,
deserts. That's not a desert.
looks awesome, by the way. Um, Maybe there is a desert somewhere else. Let
I
me
would
bring
guess.
my screen here. I feel like we won't be seeing any. Okay, so that's the other. So they had like they occupied two parts, and you had to walk across. Maybe one part like was more of an experience, and the other part was gameplay. But the footprint here was huge for Pearl Abyss and Crimson Desert. Here I saw something called Fate Trigger. I have a feeling this is also like a Korean thing. No idea what this is. I'll pull some uh, gameplay thingy. Um, oh no, it's not. Don't tell me it's a battle royale type of thing.
Well, you got a glider now, don't you?
I mean,
Looks a whole lot like Battle Royale.
somebody trying to make jokes here out of this game.
We got some Klingons going.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I need to. It's an early access thingy.
Let's get a trailer.
Yes, let's see what's happening. Is this worthy of our time? But it's a bit of a waifu situation here as well, I believe. If that
Fu
is
Battle Royale.
if that is the correct terminology.
Sure. I mean, the idea of launching a new Battle Royale in 2025 is definitely scary. I think that they seem to have
A USP.
a chest oriented USP, from what I can tell. Maybe that'll get some people to take notice. Yeah, good luck.
I think I'm gonna shut this off right here.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that was okay. So now you know about Fate Trigger. That's all you need to know about Fate
Yeah,
Trigger.
no, that seems to be what we are. That's what they want us to know about it,
Yes.
definitely.
So here is something that is now dear to me. I'm not sure because I was maybe sold on site. Phantom Blade Zero. So this is one of the few games I got to play on site. It's a Sekiro-like experience. Chinese studio. Um, Quality of graphics is like 10 out of 10. Gameplay is very unique to them. They're doing their own thing with the control mechanisms and how you play the game. So that was like amazing. And also from a culture perspective, they have their own like language and culture and all that stuff, which is really cool. So yeah, the Chinese studios are on the rise, and this game I would not sleep on this. So I haven't played, and me and you maybe spoke about it very shortly about like Black Myth is not necessarily a Souls game.
Yeah, no, it has a lot of in common, but like, it doesn't actually play a lot like a Souls at the end of the day.
I'll show you some Phantom Blade gameplay. Maybe we'll see. Um, and then, but yes, like I was mentioning before, they are trying to do. I mean, inspiration is good, and in this case, this is not like what happened with Peak and Cliff. This is we want to do our own kind of like flavor of it.
Yeah.
Uh,
And like Wukong, I've seen some nice enemy design. Those are some grunts with some flavor to them. And it's like at the end of the day, Wukong's just an action RPG, and it's not really copying them to make another action RPG. You're allowed to do that.
yeah. And this one I can just tell you a bit more, which is so you have your dodging mechanic. It's a dash rather than like a rolling dodge, so to say, and then you also have a not necessarily a parrying, but like a blocking. But when you're combining them as the enemy is attacking, then you like you become more powerful. And this is what you're kind of like seeing on screen here, where he is combining these things. And there's these moments when kind of like the character takes over and starts attacking in like a loop or in some sort of like sequence. But what is really cool about that execution, like this one, what we just saw just now,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
execution, it doesn't feel like you remember quick time events where like things stop and are a bit
yeah,
awkward.
and you hit square.
Yeah,
Yeah,
here it's like just seamless. It's seamless. They do take
cool.
away the control from your hand a bit, which is like
Well, that happens with finishers a lot. I mean,
yeah,
Assassin's Creed is probably the uh, prime example of that kind of thing. But I like the idea of Wukong did a good job of being like a Souls in some way, but they did embrace sort of player power fantasy in a way that a Souls game
absolutely.
it only does for super high level players. And I like the idea of marrying that kind of stuff with a way to actually become kind of rolling and powerful in that way.
Absolutely. Dave, then I moved on. Oh, you can see Fate Trigger there in the background. But
Mhm.
close to Fate Trigger, there was these simulation games. So Farming Simulator, Motor Racing. I've never heard about that one specifically.
Everyone likes farming simulator. I saw a lot of people with those straw hats,
It's
straw
huge.
farming simulator hats all over
Yeah,
the
it's
place. Yeah,
huge. Giant Software is obviously developing all these games, but yeah, like big footprint. I'm sure there's a lot of fans who care about that and want. And I think these are really cool games, by the way, that people and they're exploding. I saw so many different like these. On the indie scene, there's a lot of these wacky type of simulators, like not so serious
yeah.
simulators
Yeah,
of different situations.
these super serious ones. I was an agriculture reporter when I first
Oh
started
yeah,
out, so
yeah.
yeah, I'm curious about that. So I haven't really played it, but I
Um,
should. I was more smaller farms, but
right there, by the way, there is this firefighter simulator. Um,
yeah,
yeah, and you
that's
can see in
cool.
the background, by the way, you can see Path of Exile, Golf with Friends 2. Wow, I missed that completely. That's why sometimes it's cool to take a picture and then you come back home and you'll realize Golf with Friends, the first one, is an amazing game. Amazing.
Oh, is it really? I don't really know anything about it.
It's just like you just see the ball and you're with your friends basically. It's not like you have characters or anything like that. It's just
But if you don't
ball.
have friends,
You have friends, but
okay, good.
they're the
It gives you
ball.
friends.
So your
Oh
friends
yeah,
are the character is the ball.
yeah.
And you're just like playing golf on these courses. The first one had an amazing execution in terms of how easy it is to join your friends and start a game and all that stuff. Very seamless, very easy to get into. And I think, yeah, good for them that they're doing a second one. Um, Here is in the same. This is the same location again in Hall 6. So right across, that's where you'll see the Level Infinite stuff. Tencent, in other words. So, or am I? Yes, Tencent, right? Level Infinite is Tencent. I'm not saying it wrong.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
So you have Exoborn. You have Dune Awakening. Dune isn't Dune Funcom? Is that correct?
Yep.
Yep.
But they're level infinite as well.
Okay. I didn't know that PUBG was Tencent. That's why I was a bit
PUBG Mobile.
okay. The mobile part only.
Yeah,
Okay, now I see.
yeah. They have a real complicated structure in that way. But yeah, the Tencent is mobile, and
Got it. Got it.
I don't know what the Indian one is now.
Okay.
The Indian one's because I think that's one of the reasons why Krafton really wanted to push the Indian one, is because they have control over it.
Now I see. And then here at the, I'm not sure if I have another picture, but you have Dying Light,
Hmm.
the Beast. So those were also games that were, here's doing it again. Pretty cool
Yeah, there's
production.
that worm.
Yeah,
There's that
really cool
worm.
production. And also
I got to go back home and power my base.
like this entire space looked like a 90s. I don't know. It reminds me of Resident Evil more than Dying Light, but maybe I missed out.
I mean, they're both like zombie survival games, so
Yes.
well, survival,
Okay, let me see
survival horror.
if I don't know why I took so many pictures of Level Infinite. You have Path of Exile on the side here too. So that was really cool. Also another experience that I think people would have had an amazing experience going through that. I gotta ask you, what games did you play? Did you play any games at all? Did you get the chance to?
No, I don't usually play games of these things. Again, I don't want to wait in any lines.
No.
I spend too long cutting the lines, so I'll play them when they're out.
Okay. So here's the thing I saw as well: Love and Deep Space. I think
Hmm.
I have a feeling it's a Korean thing, um, but let's find out. I have a feeling it's a dating simulator.
Sure, seems
Uh,
to be.
I don't know about the deep space part.
Well, that guy's got a fish, uh, so good on him.
Is this like like it's part of? It feels like it's one of the Infinity Nikki type of games in a way.
Well, I mean, it's not a dress-up game,
No,
but it is a
well, it seems like it is. Maybe I don't know.
yeah.
Reverse Infinity Nikki, but pretty cool. I mean, huge footprint as well on that. And there's something related to deep space. Apparently, they live in like a colony somewhere in space or something like that. Um, yeah,
I feel like dating sims,
look
they
at that.
thrive on a way to
Beautiful.
concentrate people. You can say, here are the 10 dudes you can date, and here they are.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
And they're all like 20, but they have jobs for people who are like in their 50s.
Yeah. If only.
Here's the spaceship captain. He's only 20 years old.
He's a he's a 17-year-old child.
Yes. Here's a game that I know. I have a friend who is a big fan of Rust.
Yeah, I didn't realize they were doing mobile. That's
Yeah.
interesting to me. I'll try that.
Have
Is
you
that out?
ever played Rust, by the way?
Yeah, I mean, Rust changes a lot. So I played it when it first came out, and totally different than that. And I played it last time I played any significant amount of it was about 4 years ago, and I think there's definitely been a lot of improvements since then. But that was after a major graphical overhaul, and it does look really nice.
Yeah. Cool. And let's see what else I'm Infinite Nikki, obviously. And you can see that people are taking some photos here, some cute photos at the booth. Awesome production value. This one was also interesting. I think this is also part of the Hoyoverse, of course. Star Rail. No idea
Yeah,
what that is.
that was their second, their second major game after Genshin. Uh,
After
so
Genshin.
yeah, yeah.
But is there a relationship from a from a I'm getting distracted because Manu was texting me.
Come on, where are you, Manu?
But there's no relationship to Genshin
No, I mean I think they've done crossovers, and there's
franchise.
obviously some stylistic similarity, but no, they're their own games.
Okay, because it seems like, okay, if Genshin is like um if it's more fantasy, this is more sci-fi. Would that be maybe
Yes,
correct? Yeah.
I mean definitely quite sci-fi
Oh,
due to
because
the spaceships and robots and such.
this is turn-based combat.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the big difference.
Okay.
And it's like Genshin, I think, is obviously not turn-based, but it does resemble turn-based combat in various ways. But this is just straight up.
Really cool, by the way. Um, okay, so
Yeah,
that
and those guys are such good world builders.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. They have some magic going on there. This one is making some waves. It seems like um, Batman Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. So it feels like it's a mix of several Batman movies and what they did, plus the Arkham series, but for kids ish.
Yeah, I mean, Lego games are great. More Lego we get, the better. I'm excited to see what happens with that.
There you go.
Yeah,
And then of course Nintendo had a big
yeah,
footprint. They are really pushing the hardware. They had some displays there. You can see the hardware and some.
yeah. We're sort of the last of the giants to have a major floor presence.
Hopefully, well, there we you'll probably see Xbox soon as well. Um,
But they weren't on this scale, were they?
they were.
Oh, okay. All
You'll
right,
probably
cool.
see them. Okay, just quickly for those who are listening, what we're seeing. So we have Super Mario Party Jamboree. We have Kirby Air Raiders, or Air Riders rather, and then Metroid. Which one is that? I can see what that says.
Yeah, that's the
Beyond.
Metroid. The new Prime
Yeah.
entry, basically.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's cool. I was not a huge fan of Dread, actually. This is obviously a very different thing, but I still like the franchise and hope it works.
What wasn't Dread like made by Platinum Games? Something like
No, I
that.
don't.
Okay,
Dread was
but it
it
was
was a,
different.
at least I don't think it was like a traditional 2D
Got it.
2D thing.
Okay. And then there's this Mega Evolution experience for Pokemon. This is a different booth from the one that we saw before.
The one that was from last year.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. No, but the one from last year
Yeah.
was the same booth this year. That's why I was
Oh,
confused
okay.
about the pictures.
All right, cool. Yeah,
It
all
was
right.
the exact same booth.
All right.
Yeah, again, here's Metroid Beyond. I mean, I haven't seen any footage of that game. I guess I've just been like, out of the loop. Um, there was this big Samsung Genshin Impact booth. They were selling phones and shit, which was interesting. But maybe I mean we know these big electronic companies are trying to associate themselves with video games. Obviously, Sony with their TVs back in the day, but this one is new for me. The Samsung Genshin Impact. Maybe they did something else in the past. I know
Did
that
they?
a
I
lot of
can't
car
remember. I
companies.
remember, Samsung did do that. They did a crossover with Fortnite way back in the day, which is,
Yeah.
before people were doing a ton of that stuff. So it's clearly something they're interested in.
Okay. Cool. Um, I don't know what this booth is. Airsoft game, or Aerosoft Move. Do you know what this is? Or
No idea.
Park Ranger? Maybe this is another one of those simulator type companies. So I can see some trains in the background,
Hmm.
and I'm sure people will not be happy with us butchering Aero Aerosoft. Am I even spelling this correctly? Here we go. Aerosoft. So House of Simulation. So that's another house of simulation,
Hmm.
and they have
Okay.
aircraft and. But
Interesting.
I'm not sure if this is
And
studios.
and and they've got interesting. I mean, a flight simulator is a bold move in a world of Microsoft
Yep, yep,
flight simulator. So hopefully that works. But it's a very very nice looking thing.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Maybe it's more contained. That could be like you can execute better, but have it more contained. That's beautiful, by the way. So good for you, Aerosoft. That is beautiful. They have the bus. They have park ranger. They have wow, like they're trying to cover a
It's
lot of
just all vehicles.
yes, anything that moves. I saw this thing, Honor of Kings World.
Yep.
Do you know anything about this? Team
I
up.
mean, I know about Honor of Kings. If it's World,
Honor
maybe
of King.
trying to World of Warcraft that thing.
Let me see if I can help you. Here we go. New multiplayer
ARPG.
ARPG. What is that action?
Yeah.
ARPG. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, ARPG is generally used to describe a Diablo-like game, but it wouldn't necessarily have to be.
Oh,
But I mean, Honor of Kings is huge. So in some ways, I'm realizing I'm kind of surprised. Maybe we have seen attempts to broaden it like this before, but anything you can do to get people playing more from that is good.
got it. Got it. Looks pretty interesting from what we just saw. But yeah. Okay. So that was a
Yeah, it looks. I mean, it does look kind of wowish.
yeah. I'm getting some Final Fantasy vibes for whatever reason as well. Maybe it's the graphical situation. But you're absolutely correct. It feels like there's some wowish relations here. Um, we'll have to do some more research on this thing. I'm not sure if it's Chinese. I feel like it's a
I
Chinese.
mean, not Honor of Kings is definitely huge in China. I'm pretty
It
sure it's a
is.
Chinese
Okay.
developer. Yeah,
Okay. It's a good thing that we have somebody here who knows what they're talking about. Um,
ideally.
let me move on to the next item then. Crisis. This one I was confused about. A huge footprint on the show floor. Do you know anything about this Crisis X?
No, I haven't seen the thing, but I don't know anything about it.
Because I thought it was like you remember Time Crisis.
Yeah.
Uh, so I thought it was related to Time Crisis, but this has nothing to do with Time Crisis,
No, people not a lot like game guns these days.
which is pretty
Like
okay.
gun
Another
games.
zombie related thing.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm interested in learning now. If this because the monsters reminded me of Resident Evil, like this one that we're looking at right now.
Yeah, it does look kind of like Temu
Oh, hey,
Resident Evil,
wait,
doesn't it?
Dave, check out this. Check out this reaction. Like, so you have this monster, really scary,
Yeah.
and this is the reaction that the monster gets from the lady.
Uh, ah,
that was that was a funny. Um, but maybe she's seen some monsters in her days,
yeah.
so that's why it wasn't that scary.
They've got deer as well.
Is this like a?
Got it.
It's like a survivor type game, or
Yeah, maybe a little DayZ, a little Dead Rising, little what was that Bent Studios one? Just people like it. Motorcycle zombie game.
there's horses as well. It feels
It doesn't
like
it doesn't look great.
no. It looks like this game might not survive the long term. I hope I'm wrong here. I mean, there are
We
some
always
elements
hope
here.
we're wrong. We wish success on
Yeah,
on
yeah.
on those that make the bold step of
No,
making a video
absolutely.
game. However,
There are some of these.
yeah.
Okay, so there's maybe base building as well. This looks like a bit of a base building type.
Well, it's unclear. Yeah, it's unclear if people that's a base you would build or like inhabit. You know,
It feels like I saw them play poker. It feels like
is it an MMO? Could be an MMO.
it's a very contained
Yeah.
thing. If they can pull that off, that could be fun. I feel like I want to read more about this because okay, so there's action now. What the hell? There's a lot of things. It's almost like a GTA in a zombie land type situation. Uh, this I want to know more about.
Looks a little bit like that. What state of if you turned that zombie mobile game into something with AAA production values, State of Decay or whatever it is.
Okay, so
No, not State of Decay.
post-apocalyptical open world zombie survival game. Hero Games. I don't know who Hero Games are. Do you know?
No idea.
That's okay. I think that yes. So from a production value perspective, it looks a bit uh, dicey, if that's the right word.
Mm.
But I think it does deserve some more investigation here.
I mean, I'm not seeing a USP necessarily yet.
Play with dozens of other
Maybe they
players
got
on a
one.
single server in an online persistent world. Okay,
Yeah.
MMORPG.
Good luck to them, is what I say.
Okay.
It seems like they may need it, but maybe
Yeah.
not.
No, I thought it was a Resident Evil game first as well when I saw it,
Yeah,
or Time Crisis, but okay. I have no idea what this is. I just thought it was funny. Paul Berger.
Paul Berg.
I have no idea
Yeah,
what this is. Here we have Do It Night Abyss. Again, no idea what this is. It's
I mean
back in
that's part of the show floor experience is encountering weirdly
this.
large booths for things you've never heard of
That's
before.
another trend, by the way, Dave. Like, you remember back in the day, you would know everything almost.
I
Now,
mean, there's just more stuff. There's
yeah,
a lot more stuff than there used to be.
there are a lot more stuff. And then, of course, Capcom. You had
Yeah,
Resident Evil Requiem there. There
yeah.
was
Onimusha was off to the side there. Yeah,
Onimusha.
that was kind of it was funny that was kind of put off to the side though. There's obviously some really high profile things.
Yeah, this was the last picture, by the way, that I took. It seems like.
Yeah. All right.
Um,
Well, that's
but yeah, amazing stuff.
yeah. No, it was a cool weekend or week rather. It's every year I feel like the show floor becomes a little less focused, a little more scattered, which is basically the games industry and cultural industry all over. But things still pop out, and I feel like what's fun about the something like Gamescom is you still do get to see things that emerge and become talking points in a localized way, and
Yeah,
it's fun to see.
the longest line that I saw, Dave, was for on the Nintendo booth, but for Hollow Knight.
I know, and it's actually coming out so soon. That is incredible to me. I'm so excited about that. Love the original. And there's a Schreier piece where he was like, apparently they were saying that the reason it took so long is just because like they did not bulk up their team after Hollow Knight, and they have money and time, and they're just having fun with it.
Okay,
So
well there you go.
we support that.
I also heard that from somebody. I'm not sure who that was, but that there was a very long development time. I'm not sure if that is true or not.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, it's been a running gag for like 5 years now.
Okay, wow.
That people just want to hear more about Silksong. Because I think people thought that because it was a 2D game that was originally from a smaller team that it would not take as long as it has, and it's taken a really long time. But I think they're just taking their time with it. They're doing well, but it has been one of those things which for a while appeared to be vaporware, but
Yeah.
it's coming out.
Okay. Dave, it's been awesome talking to you today. Thank you so much
It's
for
been good, good
sticking
seeing
around. And
you
you
the
too.
past here at the show.
We had some fun moments, and we had a lot of cool donors.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's the German experience. Fun moments, cool donors,
And pretzels. I can't even say it. Pretzels. Yeah.
pretzels,
Yes.
pretzels. Yeah, no, it's a good show, and I think we'll all go back
Okay.
and get a little rest.
Yep. Then wish you the best. Safe travels, man. Thank you so much for joining me today. And
All
everybody
right,
else,
good to see you.
we'll see you in the next one.
We'll see you next week.
Yep. Hell yeah. Take care, man.
Yeah,
Take care.
see you.
Bye.